The Earth is no stranger to fire. From the earliest days of our planet's history, fire has played a crucial role in shaping the landscape. Natural wildfires have been a part of the Earth's ecosystem for millions of years, helping to clear out dead vegetation, recycle nutrients, and even trigger the germination of certain plant species. It has always been a part of our planet's story, but something has changed. Over the past few decades, the frequency and intensity of wildfires have increased dramatically. This shift is not just a natural progression, it is a direct result of human activities and the changing climate. We are now living in a new age, a time some are calling the Pyrocene. This term, coined by scientists, signifies an era where fire is a dominant force shaping our environment. Unlike the past, where fire was a natural and necessary part of the ecosystem, the fires of the Pyrocene are more destructive and less predictable. This term, meaning Fire Age, reflects the increasing influence of fire on our planet, driven by a warming climate and human actions. The rise in global temperatures has led to drier conditions, creating the perfect environment for wildfires to ignite and spread. Human activities, such as deforestation and urban expansion, have further exacerbated the problem. The Pyrocene is not just about more fires, it's about more intense fires. These fires are fueled by the abundance of dry vegetation and the increasing heat. They burn with a ferocity that is unprecedented, consuming everything in their path and leaving behind a charred and barren landscape. These fires burn hotter, spread faster, and leave behind a trail of devastation that is difficult to comprehend. The aftermath of these wildfires is often catastrophic, with entire communities being displaced, wildlife habitats destroyed, and the air quality severely compromised. California, with its dry, fire-prone landscape, has become a stark symbol of this new era. The state has experienced some of the most devastating wildfires in recent history, with thousands of homes lost and lives forever changed. The Pyrocene is a wake-up call, urging us to take immediate action to mitigate the effects of climate change and prevent further destruction. The numbers tell a grim story. They paint a picture of devastation and loss that is hard to comprehend. In recent years, California has experienced some of the largest and most destructive wildfires in its recorded history. These fires have not only grown in size, but also in frequency and intensity, making them a persistent threat to the state. The 2020 wildfire season alone scorched over 4 million acres, an area larger than the state of Connecticut. This unprecedented scale of destruction has left vast swathes of land barren and lifeless, altering ecosystems and displacing wildlife. These fires don't just burn trees, they destroy homes, businesses, and lives. Entire communities have been uprooted, with families losing everything they own in a matter of minutes. The emotional and psychological toll on the survivors is immeasurable. The 2018 Camp Fire, the deadliest and most destructive fire in California history, claimed 85 lives and destroyed nearly 19,000 structures. The town of Paradise was almost entirely wiped off the map, leaving a scar that will take years to heal. The economic toll of these fires is staggering, reaching billions of dollars in property damage and firefighting costs. The resources required to combat these blazes are immense, straining state and local budgets. Insurance claims have skyrocketed, and the rebuilding process is slow and arduous. Scientists point to climate change as a significant factor in the increasing severity of wildfires. Rising temperatures and prolonged droughts create the perfect conditions for these infernos to ignite and spread rapidly. The link between climate change and wildfires is becoming increasingly clear, prompting urgent calls for action. Communities are now focusing on prevention and preparedness. Efforts include creating fire breaks, retrofitting homes to be more fire-resistant, and educating the public on fire safety measures. While these steps are crucial, they are just part of a larger strategy needed to address the root causes of these devastating fires. Despite the overwhelming challenges, there is hope. Communities are coming together to rebuild and restore what has been lost. Nature, too, shows its resilience as new growth emerges from the ashes. The road to recovery is long, but with collective effort and determination, a brighter future is possible. Scientists and fire experts agree, Climate change is playing a significant role in California's wildfire crisis. We are seeing a clear trend toward larger, more intense wildfires, and climate change is a major driver, says Dr. Gavin Jones, a climate scientist at Stanford University. The evidence is overwhelming. As temperatures rise and droughts become more frequent, California's vegetation becomes tinder dry, creating ideal conditions for wildfires to ignite and spread rapidly. A hotter, drier West climate change sets the stage. As we delve into the impacts of climate change, it's crucial to understand how it sets the stage for a myriad of environmental challenges. The western United States, particularly California, is experiencing some of the most severe consequences. The landscape is transforming before our eyes, and the changes are both dramatic and alarming. Climate change is like a cruel game of dice, loaded in favor of more extreme weather events. Each roll of the dice brings a higher chance of intense storms, heat waves, and other extreme weather phenomena. These events are becoming more frequent and more severe, disrupting ecosystems and human communities alike. In California, this means hotter temperatures and prolonged droughts. The state is facing record-breaking heat, with temperatures soaring higher each year. These prolonged periods of heat are not just uncomfortable, they have serious implications for water resources, agriculture, and public health. These conditions create a dangerous feedback loop. As temperatures rise, the soil and vegetation dry out, making it even harder for the land to retain moisture. This, in turn, leads to more intense and prolonged droughts, further exacerbating the problem. Hotter temperatures suck moisture from the air and the ground, turning vegetation into highly flammable fuel. This dry vegetation becomes a tinderbox, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. The risk of wildfires increases dramatically, posing a threat to both natural landscapes and human settlements. Droughts exacerbate this effect, leaving forests parched and primed for ignition. Water sources dwindle, and the once lush forests become dry and brittle. The lack of moisture weakens trees and plants, making them more susceptible to disease and pests, which further contributes to the cycle of decline. When fires do start, they burn hotter and spread faster in these drier conditions. The intensity and speed of these wildfires make them incredibly difficult to control, leading to widespread destruction. Homes, wildlife habitats, and entire ecosystems are at risk, highlighting the urgent need for action to mitigate the impacts of climate change. Section 5, our hand in the blaze. Human activities fuel the flames. While climate change sets the stage, human activities often light the match. Nearly all wildfires in California are ignited by people, whether intentionally or accidentally. Careless actions, such as leaving campfires unattended or discarding cigarettes, can have devastating consequences. Additionally, development in fire-prone areas puts more people and structures at risk when fires do occur. A world of extremes, climate change, and a cascade of disasters. Wildfires are just one symptom of a planet grappling with a changing climate. Across the globe, we are witnessing a cascade of climate-related disasters, from more intense hurricanes and floods to rising sea levels and heat waves. These events are interconnected, each exacerbating the others. For example, deforestation, often driven by agricultural expansion, releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, further fueling climate change. Turning down the heat, a call to action. The situation is dire, but not hopeless. We can still take action to mitigate the severity of wildfires and address the root cause, climate change. We must reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, transition to cleaner energy sources, and adopt sustainable land management practices. By working together, we can create a safer, more resilient future for ourselves and generations to come.